Good day. Today we're reviewing rhythm and meter, and we have some of our definitions to review. Remember that rhythm is a measure of musical movement in time. You might actually think of it as long and short beats combined in lots of different kinds of patterns to create the musical movement in time. The beat is the smallest unit within a measure, or that fixed pulse, much like your heartbeat. Meter has to do with the same number of beats repeated in a piece of music. So we talked about meter as being duple, triple, and quadruple. Duple being 2 beats repeated over and over, 3 beats for triple, and 4 beats would be quadruple. The time sign is used at the beginning of a piece of music. Those are those fraction-looking pictures like 4/4 or 3/4, or even the large C. Common time is another way to write 4/4. The top number tells us that there will be 4 beats per measure, and the bottom 4, when it is a 4, tells us that the quarter note gets 1 beat. You could have a different number on the bottom, like an 8. It would mean the 8th note would get 1 beat. So we're going to take a look at some of these, and I'm going to show you a couple of places to go to on the internet to practice. So I have my computer set up with a musical score. This is actually a place that you can go online to practice. We're going to try to look at it together. This particular piece is just for rhythm only, so it's just written like this on one line. It is 4/4 timing. So when I have 4 beats per measure, how many beats does the whole note get? The whole measure, so it would get 4 steady beats. Now remember that music notes are written to show when there is a sound, but rest are just as important as sound, and the pictures of rest tells us silence. So in the next measure, I see the quarter rest, and I actually see 4 of those. So you would have 4 steady beats of silence. The next measure has what kind of notes? The half note. The half note is an open head with a stem. So this half note gets half of the measure, 2 beats, and this gets the other 2 beats. Well, we need some silence occasionally, so look at what we have in the next measure. These are half rest. So I have 2 beats for this half rest and 2 beats for this one. What do I have here? Whole note. How many beats? 4. What about here? 4. Now in this measure, I see a curved line joining the 2 quarter notes. Do you remember what that is called? When the line is connecting 2 notes of the same pitch, it is called a tie. So what we have is a quarter note tied to a quarter note. We make sound on this one and hold it for 1 more beat without creating a separate sound for this one. What other kind of note could I have written instead of using the tie? I could have used another half note. I'm glad they didn't use a half note so you could remember what a tie is. So here I have beat 1, 2, 3, and 1 beat of silence, 4. All right, look at the next measure. Quarter note, 1 beat, rest, 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 and how do I end up? Whole note, how many beats? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, we're going to clap it together. I will count to 4. As I count to 4, you clap your hand when you see the note head. When you see a rest, you move your hand away. All right? Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, let's see how this is put together so you can actually do this by yourself online. The site is called practicesightreading.com, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And you can read this on your own. But basically what we do, I go to the bottom of the page, and here is where I press play. And when I push that play, I will hear 4 steady beats, and that will tell me the tempo or the speed that we will count to 4. And then I'll have to try to get back up here so you can actually see the whole piece of music. And then I will continue to count to 4 and point to this. But if you were at home and called this up on the internet, you could actually point to the notes yourself and see how it lines up with the steady beats. It's a wonderful way to do music. So let's see if I can get all the buttons pushed to do this. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.